Good morning. How are you, Larissa?
Good. How are you, Dan?
I'm doing very well. This is Larissa Sharipova. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Correct.
Thank you, Larissa. I just wanted to say thank you so much for doing the interview today. We're interviewing participants of the Children's Health Defense PA Spring Holistic Health Expo, and you are going to be one of the speakers and you will hold a workshop, correct?
Correct. Yes, I'm very happy and honored to be a presenter at the Children's Health Defense fundraising event. So, yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Larissa Sharipova. I'm a women's lifestyle doctor, a certified holistic health practitioner. I am a founder of Evolving Story of Women. It's advocacy group to stop sexual violence. Also, I'm on a board of Children's Health Defense of Pennsylvania, and that's why I'm supporting and doing this event with them. I have my own business, Holistic Expert LLC, where I help women to reach their optimal health through nutrition and lifestyle modification. Also, I'm a published author of Listen to Your Body and Regain Your Health, and my book was #1 bestseller on Amazon a few years ago. So today, actually this year, I celebrate 5 years from publishing my book.
That's wonderful. Very accomplished.
Yes, I try. Thank you.
Feeling a little intimidated right now.
That's
Well,
okay.
we're glad
I'm a human and I'm a woman and I have 2 beautiful kids. So yeah.
Oh, wonderful. All right, then. So you're going to be at the expo. We're all really excited about that. You are going to be speaking. Did you want to give us a little information about what you're going to be speaking about?
I have few things that I'm doing. First, I will be speaking about children's health. The name of the topic, how to raise healthy kids in a toxic environment. As we know, we have toxins all over, environmental and in home. And so I will be speaking mostly about how we get those toxins, where we expose, and how to eliminate them, and how to raise healthy kids in this environment that we are exposed to. Another event, and that will be about 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
So another things that I'm doing, which is also support health, not only kids, but whole family, it's a fermentation class, because I believe in fermented food, in a culture and all supporting microbiome and GI. And I think that a lot of chronic diseases that start in GI, in our gut. So I'm very passionate to teach others how to simply ferment food at home. And actually, I grown up on fermented food. My parents always preserved their harvest and their food for winter, because I'm from cold country. So that's how we survive, that's how we eat. And I grown up on that, and it's so easy. And it's very sustainable. Fermented food can stay in your home, even without refrigerator, for a long, long time. So it's a good to know how to do that. And it's very simple. So that's what I will be teaching.
That's wonderful. I mean, I'm learning. I'm very excited to learn from this workshop, and I'm learning more and more about the importance of fermented foods in our diet. Like I'm new to this journey. So, like I feel like partly a participant, like an attendee, because these are things I don't know how to do. So this is one of the workshops you'll be doing, is showing people how to do this at home.
Yes, and then also it's hands-on. So we will be doing this together, and attendees will take fermented food in a mason jar home, so they will have something to try. And it's I love to do it hands-on, because it's a fun. It's like community together, and it's very interesting and fun activities. Yes,
that's great. I mean, I think that's just wonderful. And workshops are always fun when they're hands-on. So yeah. I'm really interested to see that. That'll be great. And I agree with
I think when you do hands-on, you learn better than I just show you how to do it. Yes, you've seen once, but if you don't put your hands on, you forget how to do it.
That is so true. There are so many people, and we're all always learning, right? So I'm learning more and more just with my children and education that we have different types of learners. Some are very auditory, some are very tactile, So when you offer a workshop like that, you're hitting all the learning points basically. So that's fabulous.
Yeah, and I also will be providing like ebook with everything that I teach and some other recipes so people can try at home even. Yeah.
That just is really great. Sounds like it's going to be a very good workshop. Now
Yes.
you are also going to be giving another workshop or lecture. Is that correct?
Right. I will be speaking about my book that was about bestseller. It's called Listen to Your Body and Regain Your Health. And a lot of people intimidated with the picture, but for me, it was very ideal picture. So, and I will be speaking why I wrote that book. And mostly, even though it looks like this book for women, but a lot of men who read that book, they resonate with that too, because it's mostly general about health. And listen to your body for some people means a lot of different things. For me, to be intuitive, because our body always sends us messages. Hey, something going on in our body, pay attention. But people ignore, too busy, or shuffle their symptoms with some unhealthy coping mechanism like alcohol, drugs, and painkillers, and something else.
I was just
So
going to ask about that actually, because that's, we do, right? We lead very busy lives and we'll just take a Motrin and
right.
keep it moving and not really get into, well, why am I feeling this way?
Right. And sometimes even you, like I was scared once in my life when I found myself on the floor of the bathroom, when I get ready for the weekend job, I just collapsed without
Oh my
any previous,
gosh.
any kind of conditions that I never had before. And I just fall. I was very scared because I had a crazy stressful life. I had multiple jobs. I supported my family. I was a breadwinner. And I didn't even go to doctor. I just slept for 24 hours and got back to my crazy routine, but start learning why it happened to me. So that's when I got to more holistic health and start looking internal why it's happening to me. Because people usually, when they get symptoms, they sometimes go to doctors because they are concerned. But most of the time, doctors cannot find anything. They do all kind of blood testings, they do diagnostic studies, and everything show up normal or in a normal range, how they call it. And they let them go. They say, well, we'll watch it. If it's happened again, come back and we'll watch again. I'll do testing again. It's everything is so expensive when you do that. And most of the time, there is nothing gonna happen, maybe for a few years, 5 years, 10 years. And suddenly you have a disease. Suddenly you have a diagnosis that can be treated with medications, different manipulations, surgeries. So, but all these years before the diagnosis, your body was giving you symptoms like, yes, listen it, and it's something going on inside, which is not show up yet. Because as we know, everything happened not on the organ system level, it's happened in the cellular level first, biochemical or biological cellular level. And you cannot diagnose a cell at this point. So we usually diagnose on an organ level or a system level, like cardiovascular, also neurological, and some other system of or tissues. But we cannot diagnose on a cell level. And that's what the symptoms are. It's so much deeper. Or sometimes even it's not physical symptoms. Sometimes it's emotions that stuck in our body since even childhood and start showing up later on in life. So emotional issues, a regular doctor will never even think to ask you. So that's because our medical system is not trained in that way, and they're not interested to find out something else that's not related to your physical health.
I would agree with that statement, and more and more and more I'm learning about that. And I think, thank God for practitioners like yourself who are releasing and sharing this information on social media and on blogs, because, you know, I didn't realize the term that I learned was basically like trauma, and certain emotions can manifest into what's considered dis-ease. So, you know, again, and this is with men too. And just to go along with what you were saying, like sometimes it just takes until we hit the floor. We're so busy that we will ignore things until we can't. And by then, if I'm understanding you correctly, things have progressed to a pretty serious state. And then you are looking at diagnosis by physicians, typical physicians of a system. Do I understand correctly?
Yes, and sometimes it's not too late. I think your body can heal at any stage of the disease, but it takes longer to recover from any disease or diagnosis or heal. And I believe on what's related to healing, you cannot heal completely if you don't address all levels of healing, as I interpret that, and I work with my clients on that principle. It's on a biological, physiological, and biochemical, as usually our medicine concern, but also mental, spiritual, energetic level. So if you don't address all of it, you cannot heal completely. So yeah, and I think it's very important. That's why holistic approach to health, I think it's very important for people to think about.
Sure. And the book, your current book, is that some of the things that are addressed within your book?
Yes, and another things about listening to your body. So yes, we say that we are too busy or we ignore symptoms, but sometimes we cannot even listen or hear the symptoms because our body is too toxic. And we cannot identify what's like, even what area. I just don't feel generally, but what's happening, we don't. So in my book, I wrote how to identify toxins, environmental, I call them external toxins and also internal toxins. So I talk a lot about toxicity, also love and fear. So if we operate our life from the fear perspective, it means that we're doing something because we're afraid of losing health or losing our job or losing our family. If you operate on the fear principle, then we don't make right decision, and usually right decision you not allowed you to propel in your life. Same with health. So if we are afraid that, like for example, if somebody diagnosed with cancer, right, they go to their doctor and doctor put fear to them, or you have cancer, it's like deadly disease, we have to take care of it right now. So people make their decision from the fear perspective. They're afraid because doctor put fear on them, and they succumb to surgeries or radiation, chemotherapy. But if you come from the love perspective, like, yeah, I love my body and I don't feel comfortable to put this chemistry or medications or remove organ from my body, you make decision completely different perspective, and it's you become much happier because it's a different energy that you put. In a fear, it's a negative energy, and from love you put positive energy. And if you approach to everything in your life from that to kind of perspective, your life will be much better and your health will be much better. So I talk even about that in my book. So it's from different point how you heal your body, how to transform your life, your relationship, to yourself and also to others.
That's wonderful. Sounds like it's going to be a very good book and a couple of very good workshops. So that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
now,
so I'm very happy to offer all my information and knowledge to our people, our audiences.
I was actually just going to ask you about that. So how would people reach out to you? Where can they find your book? Or do you have a website?
Yes, my main website, holisticexpert.org. And my book you can find anywhere online, on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, and any other bookstores. When you order online, it's delivered to your home. Yeah, it's on demand.
And can you just say the name of the book again, please?
It's called Listen to Your Body and Regain Your Health.
Wonderful.
A guide to your transformational journey to an abundant health, a happy life, and loving relationships.
It sounds great. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. And what time are your workshops?
My book signing from 2 to 3. So I will be talking about my book and also book sign. So I will have a books for sale if anybody interested. And
that's wonderful. I was just going to ask you if you'd have the book with you.
Yeah. Yes. And children's speaking time, I think it's 10:30. Yeah, and something between my fermentation class, so 12:30 fermentation class.
Okay.
So I will be busy, and I will have also my table with my books and other things, so people can find me there.
Sounds like going to be a very busy day for you,
Yes.
but very informative for the attendees. So this is all good stuff.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing you there. Was there anything else that actually, what you did talk about, you got ill, and that's what started, because I was going to ask you what started your journey, and that was that it was getting that sick.
It was a part of it. So when I came to United States, I wanted to continue my career and be a doctor here. And I was, while I was taking my boards, I also work in the medical system. And that's when I got sick, because I study, I work, and I had busy life. And at that time, I also couldn't get pregnant. That was my main concern. So that started my journey on looking for other alternatives, because medical system couldn't help me. And that's when I learned about toxicity, that body toxins around us or inside of us can affect our reproductive and everything else in our body. So that's when I learned about toxicity and start detoxifying, and now it's a part of my life. And also, while learning a medical system in America, I realized that I won't be able to practice the way they practice here. It's mean that keeping people in a chronic disease state to make money.
Sure.
And it wasn't my integrity to do so. So I went to Institute for Integrative Nutrition and become holistic health practitioner, because I was trained as an OBGYN. That was my passion to continue work with women. So now I work with women through nutrition and lifestyle. I don't prescribe medications and surgeries. So I work on a different level, and that's why I became, and when I got sick also, I started going deeper and deeper on that journey. So now I put all information in many of my programs and in my books, so people can read about my story in a book.
I look forward to that very much. Well, thank you very much for your time this morning. I really am looking forward to both of those workshops. I'm very interested in fermentation. My son is, we'll call him a foodie, one of my children. He's a cook. So he actually has done a few things here at the house. Mostly, he's pickled some things. But I know
it's so easy. Yeah.
he knows a little bit about it. So maybe in the workshop, I can bring home information to him, and we can put these things into practice in our homes. I mean, we really, more and more I'm learning. I'm on this journey as a newcomer, which is sad that I'm coming so late, but I'm here. And I think that a lot of the people coming to the expo are in that position too. So, just thank you so much for writing the books and for having the information and being so gracious with your time and sharing all of that information with us, because we do need it. We need to take back control of our health. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's my pleasure to share all my information and my knowledge. So I'm very happy to do workshops and speaking and book signing. So will be happy to see everybody who would like to learn more.
That's great. All right. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. Did you want to add anything before we go?
Just come and learn how as much as you can.
Right? Agreed. They should get there. All right. Well, thank you so much, Larissa. And I look forward to seeing you on the 2nd.
Thank you, Diane, for your interview.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Now,